everyone, this is Larry with Today I Feel Like. I had one of my viewers recently ask me which Android phone they should get. They are actually an iPhone user and they're thinking about dipping their toe into the Android world, and they were asking about a phone that's not going to be too expensive. They asked for something that was less than $800 but would still be really good. And that got me thinking about what is probably the most underrated Android phone of 2024, and that is the OnePlus 12R. This phone more than meets that expectation as far as a budget phone, because this phone is only $529. With further discounts available through OnePlus, you can actually get this for much less than that. But this phone is going to give you 16 gigs of RAM. That's right, 16 gigs of RAM for $529. It's also going to come with a Snapdragon Gen 2 and a 5,500 milliamp hour battery with 80-watt fast charging, so you can get this phone all the way up back up to 100% in 31 minutes. It's just kind of bananas how much you really get with this phone. Now, along with that 5,500 milliamp hour battery that's going to get you to 100% in 31 minutes with that 80-watt fast charging, you also get a 6.78 120 Hz Pro XDR display that is perfect for gaming. In fact, I asked my niece to play Genshin Impact because, well, I have a Genshin Impact Special Edition one here, and I asked her to play it a little bit so I can ask her how the experience was, if it heated up or anything. And as she played, she said that the gameplay was very smooth on the phone. There were no glitches or hiccups or anything stuttering. She said that the phone stayed very, very cool because this thing has a very large vapor chamber so that it can stay nice and cool. And she said, in fact, it was a better performance. The game performed better on this phone than it normally does when she plays on an iPhone. Now, if that wasn't enough with 16 gigs of RAM, only $529, 120 Hertz Pro XDR display, 80 watts of fast charging, if all that's not enough, you also get great cameras with this phone with a 50 megapixel main shooter, and you can shoot 4K video up to 60 frames a second. And on top of all of that, you get pro controls with this phone, so you can control all of your camera settings manually. In fact, let me just go ahead and shoot a little bit of video here in the studio so you can see how it looks when you're shooting with those pro controls. All right, so for reference, I want to go ahead and just shoot this clip right here using my regular Sony camera. This is my Sony a7S III, and this is the OnePlus 12R shooting in 4K using the Pro mode so I can control the exposure for my studio here. Now, there is one hiccup with the OnePlus 12R and really all of the OnePlus phones right now, like the OnePlus 12, the OnePlus Open, and that is in the Pro movie mode, you can only shoot in 21:9. You can't shoot in 16:9, which is the standard aspect ratio. So you're getting an aspect ratio that's sort of like a wide screen, sort of almost like an anamorphic, look, but it still looks fantastic. And if you want a 16:9, you can go ahead and crop off the edges there so that you end up with a 16:9. But I really wish they allowed you to shoot just 16:9 Pro mode natively and not only 21:9. That's the only problem I have with this camera. But otherwise, this phone is an absolute monster. I mean, it is a beast of a phone, great specs, fantastic price, it looks good. There's really nothing not to like about this phone. All right, everyone, well, big ups to Amda Brown for inspiring this video. Big ups to my niece, Moggs, for doing some gameplay for me and letting me know how this phone performed when she played it for some long periods of time. Shout out to OnePlus for making an incredible phone that everybody can afford. And I just want to say, if you guys are looking for an Android phone, you don't want to pay the $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, or even $2,000 for some of these foldable phones. The OnePlus 12R is going to be a fantastic option for you. It's going to give you flagship specs at a budget price. I think you'll be more than happy with this phone in your hand. So there you go. All right, I'm going to leave a link to it down below in the video description so that you can check it out. I'm also going to leave links to my Amazon page and my social media contacts so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And please subscribe to this channel. And follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.